with a rain check. No need to make it a train wreck. Find me a time and decide it soon. Cause I'll be on my way, but I don't want.
Hi guys, my name is Hazel.
My name is Leila.
Welcome back to 01. Today we'll be talking about how to study effectively.
Yeah, so basically we'll be sharing with you guys our tips and tricks on how to study effectively to kind of get overcome the exams that we have. And so who should start first?
Me. Okay. So I think active learning is a very important point because when you're just learning passively, you cannot really understand it, and you will tend to forget it in a
Very short
time. So I think it's very important to study actively. For example, instead of just reading, you can you can write it out, or you can type it out, or anything, or you can even draw diagrams, tables that can make you remember it better. Or you can also listen to recordings of yourself reading out the slides, the lecture slides or the notes, and you can remember it better. And you just every night you just repeat the same thing, and then you remember it.
Yeah, repetition is actually a very important thing in getting your brain to remember really relevant information. So basically, you just read, repeat. So once you actually get used to the information that's being given to you, you actually you're going to consider the information that you've studied as common sense. It kind of just comes to you naturally whenever you're being presented with a question that's related to the specific topic that you've studied.
Yeah.
So that's it for that first point. Okay. So the second point is I think it's very important to be very organized, because if your information is all cluttered, and naturally when you're reading the information, it would be very all over the place, and your mind can't process as easy as it would when it's in a very organized sequence. So it's important, like for example, if you're studying a process, like for example, I don't know, meiosis or something, it's better to study the information accordingly. Like for example, the first stage of it, what happens, and then you just read out the details, and the second stage, what happens, and read out the details, instead of just finishing the entire thing and then reading the details separately. I guess so. I guess like sometimes if you're like me, because I kind of just print out the lecture notes that I have instead of making my own notes, so it kind of becomes cluttered. The notes that I use are sometimes cluttered because the notes are for the lecturers to teach us. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like very organized, because like it's just there to present information. It's not there for us to like take it as a study material. It's just supposed to serve as guidance. So what I do is whenever I see like there's kind of like cluttering of information, I just read the entire information, kind of digest the information, and I just write a summary of it in a diagram, like how Hazel mentioned about how you have to be active in learning, right? So that's kind of related to it as well.
Yeah. So I think another point is to actually prepare before you're going to a lecture. So actually preparing beforehand can really help you a lot, because during the lecturer when the lecturer teach, right, he won't really have time to stop and ask you what do you not understand about. So you will have to identify what you understand and what you don't understand. And then when you come to a class, you will be prepared, and then you can ask the lecturer's questions maybe after a class, and you can focus even more on the topic that you don't understand.
And also kind of like how, because usually when we have classes it's only 1 hour per topic, so if you kind of think of it, when you're covering a topic that's actually very difficult and actually requires more time to be processed, more time to be understood, 1 hour isn't really enough for you to comprehend everything. So it's actually a challenge for both the students and also the lecturers to kind of to ensure a better learning experience. So what you can do is, like Hazel said, you read before going to class. Not only will it make you understand the information better when it's presented to you by the lecturers, but also sometimes the lecturers would give you extra details about the certain things about the topic at hand, or there's basically the lecturers would be giving you extra information. So if you don't understand what you're listening to, naturally when you're writing the extra information, it might not be you might not actually understand what you're writing anyway.
Because when you're actually writing out the information that the lecturer mentioned in class, you will tend to paraphrase it, and then you will make yourself understand better the next time when you read through the notes.
And also I've noticed that sometimes people who have never taken a look at the lecture notes and just went for the class, they end up writing down notes that have already been printed out in the lecture note. Yeah, because like they thought that the information given was actually extra information, but in reality the information was actually printed in another slide. Yeah, it's just that the lecturer just decided to present the information earlier than the slide intended.
Yeah.
So it prevents repetition of note making, and also ensures that you write down your notes faster as well. So you won't miss any information that's very important. And next is also, people might not. People always say that whenever they study, they have to stay awake like until dawn or something. I'm just exaggerating, but yeah, actually I sometimes do that also. Just when I'm desperate to finish my reading material. So basically, but that's actually not a good practice because your brain really needs rest. So what you can do to ensure that your brain is actually functioning is by letting it rest, by letting it go to sleep. Basically, you have to rest yourself by going to sleep. That's the best way you can treat to your body. So what I've noticed is, I don't know, it's just my personal experience, but whenever I'm lacking sleep, my memory actually deteriorates. And I get very absent-minded, and also I can't really pay attention during class. And also, while you can adapt by actually increasing your intake of caffeine, but so that you would stay awake for the majority of the time to get things done, but sooner or later you kind of gain tolerance towards the caffeine, and the caffeine won't actually the caffeine would stop working. And in honest opinion, I don't really think that it's a good idea to kind of be so dependent on caffeine in the first place. So when you feel tired, just go and rest. And you can always start early in the morning after like a good night's sleep, because a little bit of rest is better than none, honestly. So even half an hour, a nap that's like half an hour, once you felt rejuvenated, then you can always start again. And but I would still recommend 8 hours of sleep per day.
Like me, sleep like me.
I actually do that too because like I cannot function without sleep. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think The next will be the timing. So usually people like me will procrastinate until last minute, and then you realize that you actually know nothing before the exam. So I think that it's very important to start early. Like for example, maybe you can start before a semester even started. So during summer holidays or during your breaks, you can go through the study material. Not necessarily that you have to go through every single detail, but just a very brief picture of the what's going on in the next semester. And then before you start your lecture, 什么下 no, cut that a bit. Okay. So, and you also have to like not wait. You also have to not wait until last minute to start your revision. So maybe after 1 week of study, after 1 week of attending classes, you can spend your weekends on like making notes or concluding what you have learned throughout the week. Yeah, so I think starting early is a very important point as well.
Yeah, so the next point that I would give is to actually love what you're doing.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so like in order to feel constantly encouraged to study, you have to love what you're studying, right? So try to be very positive minded, because I know that some people, whenever they can't really get their head around a certain topic, and they start feeling like oh, maybe I'm not really suited for this particular degree or program. But honestly, if you really have the passion for it and you stay positive and you continue to have the confidence and the effort and the determination to improve yourself, then I honestly think that you're able to get through it. Just because I know that some people, when they love something, but when they're not doing well at it, then they start hating it. That's when you kind of see like your results are getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
Even no matter how much you spend time on it, when you start hating it, then it's really a bad thing.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so always stay positive.
So basically, I think that's all for our video for today, and
Yeah, that's it. So we'll see you guys next time, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye.
Don't you hit me with a rain check. No need to make it a train wreck. Find me a time and decide soon. 'Cause I'll be on my way, but I don't wanna wait. My time is of the essence. Don't